You've done this so many times with multiple horses and multiple owners. What's the next week like leading up to the race with the work behind you now?
Well, it just, at this point, hopefully everyone comes out of the work well tomorrow, and then, then you just hope that you have a good week of paddock schooling, gate schooling, and hardest part is getting through the crowd, going to the track every day to train. It just gets so busy and crowded, and you hope that no one gets spooked, and all the little things that you worry about as a trainer. That but the heavy lifting's done now, and just try to keep them healthy and happy between now and race day.
Can you talk about your relationship with Winstar, and specifically with Elliott Weldon?
Well, and I have known each other for a long time, back when he was training and I was an assistant to Wayne. So we've had a long-lasting relationship, and fortunate enough to be one of the guys that they look for when they're sending out their babies. And I think that this year really showcases how successful they are, and what a great operation they're running at Winstar.
Is there a key to their success, especially this year?
I think the key to anyone's success in this business is quality horses, and they've obviously figured out how to not only breed but acquire those kind of horses.
Is there an advantage for the horses that ran in prep races with bigger fields and say some of the smaller fields out in California?
I don't know. I think everyone has different theories on how you want to get here in terms of your prep. Some people might tell you they don't want a super hard race before. Some people will tell you need to be battle tested and have a hard one. So I think ultimately you try to put them in the best prep race you can, and the first and foremost you want to do well enough to qualify to get here. So I don't think you can overthink those things too much, and most of the time you don't have any control over how many are going to be in it anyway. So I think seasoning can be important, and that's why with Magnum Moon and Justify, a lot of people are going to question if they have enough seasoning, and only one way to find out.
With Magnum Moon, I noticed that you worked him on the inside today. Was that are you trying to maybe teach him a little bit of a lesson after what he did in the stretch there last time out, or?
No, it wasn't so much of that. I wanted Nick in control of the pace, and generally the inside horse can do that. He's not a horse that's ever a problem in the mornings of drifting out in any of his breezes, and generally it's just he seems to do it when he makes the lead in his races. But it was more about controlling the work.
You've had more horses in the Derby before with 5, but have you ever had more individual owners than you're going to have this year with all the partnerships?
Yeah, I'd have to look back and see, but I would say probably not. No, we're expecting quite a crowd, next week.
What do the Starlight guys bring? You've trained for them for years, but having so many local guys too, it's been in the last Louisville.
I think everybody loves the Derby, but you get a sense, Louisville natives or residents of Louisville to hold it even more closely and in higher regard. But I think it's extra special for them. We all know how excited the community gets about this weekend, or the weekend coming up.
What do you think it means to have Wayne back in this race again?
I think the Derby's always better when Wayne's in it.
Have you noticed a change in Jack Wolf since he's been in more derbies and stuff like? Is it more like he said? Some of his partners said, "Let's try to buy into a Derby horse."
Well, I think this is a new strategy for them, buying into Justify and Audible. Kind of midway through the prep season, so there's a number of different approaches, and this is a new one for them. But it looks like they've landed on two really good horses.
Do you feel like you know more about Audible than maybe just because of what he's had to overcome in his races? He's maybe seen more, experienced more?
Well, what I've really liked about his last 2 races is he showed some diversity in his running style. In the Holy Bull, he was close to the pace, and when they went really fast in the Florida Derby, he settled well and dropped back off a fast pace. So, I think that's what you need in races like this, is that adaptability to different scenarios. And we don't have to worry if they go real fast. We know he'll settle and relax, and we don't have to worry if for some reason the pace doesn't develop the way it's supposed to, then he can put himself in a good tracking position. So he seems versatile enough and handy enough to move in and out of some spots, which is always an advantage in a big field like this.
When Johnny has a pick of horses, is that something you guys talk about, or does he just come to you and does he make that on his own, or?
Well, I mean, it was some simple question after the Wood Memorial. Was, I basically said, "What do you want to do?" And he said he wanted to ride Vino Rosso, and so we were very fortunate that Javier was available for Audible, and it was kind of a best case scenario for me to have those two guys, and both of them be happy with the horses they're on. Just appreciation for the race itself and how difficult it is to win, and to now have won it twice, it's beyond anything we could have hoped for.